dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good evening, I'm Keaton Hall. Even before July's historic flood that left debris scattered throughout many parts of the region, those with the Krypton Volunteer Fire Department say the amount of junk along waterways and roadways reached an all-time high. WYMT's Alyssa Williams checked in with a few of the fire department's members to learn more about this issue and what we can do to help.
Along Sam Campbell Branch Road in Perry County, a few members of the Krypton Volunteer Fire Department are working to pick up remnants of what they believe has become an illegal dump site.
All you have to do is take these to the junkyard or the county garage. I mean, these have been in existence for years. There's no reason except sorriness to dispose of it like this, throwing it over the hill.
Volunteer firefighter and Perry County Conservation District Chairman Bobby Brown says he picks up trash in the area 3 times a week, but as soon as the area is clean, more trash is dropped off.
Hazard and Perry County are the nastiest that I have seen in the 20-some years that I've lived here.
Brown says although county officials are stepping up to help the issue, it falls on everyone else to do their part to keep Perry County clean.
Health-wise is one thing. You're just causing rats and mice and nastiness and disease and piling this trash up. And they need to just clean it up. This is a beautiful, beautiful country.
Krypton Volunteer Fire Department Fire Chief Willie Stidham says a cleaner county starts with educating one another.
So if you need something disposed of, call around or ask some questions, even put it on Facebook. Where can I get rid of this refrigerator today? Or I picked up some trash, what can I do with it?
Cleaning up the county today for a brighter tomorrow. In Perry County, Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
Bobby Brown with the Krypton Volunteer Fire Department and the Perry County Conservation District says if you're interested in helping with cleanup efforts, you can call the Conservation District. Police say a man pretending to be a police officer was caught pulling people over. A news release from the Elliott County Sheriff's Office says Thursday they responded to a report of a suspicious person using blue and red LED lights to stop people who were traveling near the Morgan-Elliott County line. They say they located the suspect, Christopher Cook, from North Carolina, and arrested him. Cook has been charged with impersonating a police officer. Investigators have not said anything yet about why Cook was allegedly doing this. We've got an update to a golden alert that was issued yesterday in Pike County. Officials say 79-year-old Charles Douglas Coleman has been found in Buchanan County, Virginia. He was last seen driving towards Elkhorn City in Pike County. Coleman's family were worried since Coleman has dementia and was without his medicine. Officials say he's doing okay and he's being looked after by local police and EMS. A man is charged in connection to the death of an unborn baby in Lexington. Police arrested 24-year-old Rigoberto Vasquez Paradas. Police say they were called to the hospital just before 9 Friday morning for a victim of domestic violence. When they arrived, a woman suffered a miscarriage following an assault. Domestic violence advocates say they don't see fetal homicides often. He's charged with fetal homicide, strangulation, and second-degree assault. 72-year-old Lillian Curtis was waiting to get her food at Denny's in Elizabethtown when the store's huge sign fell on top of her car she was in. Her husband and daughter were also injured in the incident. Her Curtis took the brunt of the damage and died in the hospital. Her granddaughter, Mary Howard, said this just doesn't make any sense. With the recent death of her father and the beginning of hospice care for her grandfather, she's no stranger to grief and said she's ready to help her loved ones deal with it.
You survive, and then you get with a therapist and you fall apart and you work on your grief, and then you get back up, and the next day you just do it all over again. And you don't stop, you don't give in to the grief because you can get stuck in that.
The police department and the Elizabethtown Planning Department are investigating the incident. Howard says her family plans to take legal action.
Well, the weather is quiet and cool across the mountains for now, but some changes are on the way as early as tonight. Let's go over to Lake Cumberland in Pulaski County, looking at a nice sunset back in the distance as we are quiet this evening. But those temperatures, they are chilly, upper 30s to middle 40s, 45 in Somerset, 46 in Manchester, 38 for Pikeville, and 36 over in Grundy. So we are chilly in some places, but the good news, we are dry on radar. But notice clouds are increasing across the region at this hour ahead of our next system just off to the south. Notice some showers over portions of Mississippi and Alabama. Those are pushing off towards the north, so we will see some showers as we go into tonight. Late tonight, though, this evening looks pretty good. It will be a little bit chilly, temperatures falling into the middle and lower 30s, but as we go past midnight, more showers are likely. That full forecast coming up in just a little bit. Keaton.
Thank you, Cameron. A new boutique is opening in downtown Hazard. My Sister's Closet was officially opened today. Two sisters, Becky Haynes and Misty Tice, decided to partner for a new business. The store is a consignment boutique, which means people can sell clothes and such to them, and they split the earnings 50-50 with the store. My Sister's Closet will be open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Wednesday through Sunday. They're located on Laverne Street between Wilder Law Firm and the Perry County Health Department. Invest 606 held Demo Day for small businesses competing this year for cash prizes. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox details how the nonprofit is bringing more life to business owners looking for a next step.
Businesses from across the region presented their missions, and each one had their own unique story.
What we try to do is serve the small business community of Eastern Kentucky. And so what we end up with is a reflection of that diversity.
Each business brought a sample of what they do, and through that learned more ideas for themselves.
Because I've met lots of other people who have other businesses, and so that's been very educational, and also the funding that's been available for marketing and things like that. So we're able to market in ways we never dreamed possible.
Funding that could reach up to $15,000 for the winning business. The money gives them opportunity to expand.
I would use that to build a facility that's about 3 times the size, which would allow me to raise more crickets and sell more crickets for people to eat.
Regardless of how much each business wins in money, the education has gone a long way in helping them know what the next step may be.
As far as the, making sure all my I's are dotted and T's are crossed when it comes to being a good businessman, they're really helping out.
All of it equals growing business in Eastern Kentucky. In Hazard, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
The final pitch contest will be in April, and it's going to take place in Corbin. The Kentucky Department of Revenue confirming to the Herald Leader yesterday that nearly 8,000 state taxpayers were double charged. The state says it was a glitch by the private vendor Kentucky Interactive. It manages the agency's online tax payment system. Of the nearly 8,000 taxpayers impacted, more than 5,300 had the charges voided before being processed. The company is compensating anyone for any overdraft fees they might have incurred. State officials have confirmed a case of measles in Kentucky linked to an outbreak in central Ohio. Kentucky's case was reported in December 2022 in Christian County and was associated with Ohio's outbreak. Officials have been working with health departments to promote MMR vaccination in communities that have low vaccine uptake. According to a recent report from the CDC, MMR vaccine coverage in Kentucky among kindergartners is the lowest in the nation. The Tennessee Department of Correction has fined its longtime top attorney and another employee after a report detailed the failures in the state's lethal injection system. Governor Bill Lee's team has been reviewing the findings since December 14th, when the former U.S. attorney he hired to investigate submitted the report. Right now, the state is assessing changes to its death penalty procedures while continuing a pause on executions predating the COVID-19 pandemic. Could more students be in your child's classroom? It's a possibility if you're from one of our Tennessee counties. A bill introduced this week would eliminate class size limits in schools. Right now, there's a limit for different grades. Kindergarten through 3rd are capped to 25 students per classroom. 4th through 6 are limited to 30, and grades 7 through 12 max out at 35. The fear of some is that county commissions could force school districts to work with fewer teachers, making them teach more students. Coming up at 6, Russia's military says they're making gains in parts of Ukraine. what Ukrainian officials are pleading for in their fight against Russia.
And rain returns for the second half of the weekend. All those details coming up next.